Welcome to another amazing episode, The Real Talk with BRG. But as we wrap up this season, I'm more than excited to talk to you guys and just tell you thank you for being there for us. It's been an amazing first season and we're getting ready to round up, and we've been having a lot of beautiful conversations, but you know that we couldn't have done this without you. So we are so grateful for how you listen to us, your comments. It means more than the world to us, and that's why we're always here to make sure we give you the very best. Now, today we're doing something very special on the show. I am more than excited, and not just excited, I'm very honored to have this personality that we have on the show today. Okay, so it's a real talk with BRG, but I like to call this the one and only exclusive with Dr. Tony Aspire Kolawole. He is my guest on the show today. He is a force to reckon with. He is a man that has proven that once you aspire for anything, just like his name implies, you can definitely get it. From the slums in Ajegule, he was able to be something today. He had a dream and he pursued that dream. Not everybody has a dream and they make it become a reality, but he did that. And we're having a conversation with him right here on the show. He was recently elected as REDAN chairman for Lagos. And we are more than excited to have him right here in the studio with us. It is the one and only exclusive with Dr. Tony Aspire Kolawole. Welcome to the show! How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me today.
In fact, I feel like calling you Pastor Tony.
It's so good to have you on the show. I'd just like to warm you up a bit. How was your morning like?
Oh, it has been awesome. I wake up in the morning and around 5 a.m.
Do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym,
Okay.
but normally I do the gymming like 4 times in a week. But recently that I just moved from where I was before to another location. I just discovered that this estate is all I want for workout. So I do workout mostly now.
Yeah.
So at least 4 times to 5 times in a week, I do my workout.
I want to pep you up a bit. High five from there. High five.
Thanks so much.
Because I want all the energy and action on the show today. And I'm sure you heard me talk about you. You're a force to reckon with. You know, your story is just beautiful. You know, because I've interviewed a lot of people that have come out from Ajegule, and it's just beautiful to see that you were in some place and you had a dream and you were able to make that dream a reality. It took a lot of thinking, a lot of calculation, a lot of praying, a lot of work, and most importantly, a lot of consistency.
I was watching
How was the journey
pictures.
like for you?
It's just amazing.
The journey has been awesome. I would say it has not been easy, but you know, every great thing that you want to achieve in life, if you have your mind put to it and you are persistent in it, at the end of the day, to come to pass. The journey has not been easy. I say I want to remember this quote. Every great place you want to get to are laced with a lot of thorns. There will be a lot of thorns on the road, but you have to surmount those thorns, those challenges, and everything that obstacles that are on your way to get to that promised
to the
land.
breaking point.
Even the children of Israel, they could not get to the promised land just as easy as we are reading it in the Bible, but they passed through a lot. Many years before they could get to the promised land. Even their leaders, which was Moses too, were just looking at the promised land but could not get there. But we thank God we are getting to the promised land in what we do.
You know. And you know, it's just beautiful to have you on the hot seat today, because I feel like you're on my hot seat. And I've been meaning to ask you this question. When you had the dream back then in Ajegule, did you ever, and I want you to be honest because there are a lot of young people watching this, did you ever envision that you were going to get to this point?
Okay, I would say it this way. So many years ago, I used to say it that I feel that one day I'll become the best in whatever I do. So I have it in mind that one day I will be at the top of what I do. So because, you know, one thing that the people that you are able to surround yourself with, one thing that they do for you is that they will inspire greatness in you. So many years ago, I go for events. I was so little. I was in secondary school. I still go for events. So from those events, I see a lot of people talking about greatness. They are great. They are talking about greatness. So what will happen? The environment that you surround yourself with will affect you, even when you are in a poor background or in a poor environment. So now you are not just surrounded by poor environment, inside of you there is something in you that is telling you that you can
Telling you
get
that you
there.
can get there.
So right from
You
time,
always
I always
had
believe
that,
that
you
I'll
know.
become
sorry.
the best.
Okay, but we also know that real estate is a very high-end, job. You have to get to a certain point, for you to do real estate. And it's safe to say you guys were broke when you started.
Yeah.
How are you able to switch it? How are you able to blend with the rich? Because at that point, you guys were not it, and you were blending with the rich. It takes a lot for a person, and that's why they say fake life is expensive. It takes a lot. How are you able to blend it? And this for young people that are coming up that don't even have up to that, but want to sit with greatness, just like you said.
Okay, what I do and what we did then was that we never gave up. That is just the thing that we did. We never gave up. We look at ourselves that if we can go into marketing of real estate, we want to go into real estate as development stages and the rest, but we could not. The money to go into it was so huge. So we have to train ourselves in marketing. We attended events on marketing, trainings on marketing and the rest. So with that, we're able to get commissions for ourselves. I remember the first commission I was supposed to make that. Supposed to be a big commission
How
for
much
me
was
then.
it?
The commission is not that big, but
Yeah.
then the person bought a property of 10 million. That is 2 plots of land,
Yeah.
5 million each, and he gave out the check. Then in the evening, the MD of the company now called me that check bounced.
Has bounced.
That he
Wow.
cannot clear
Yeah.
the money. I say, Tony, call the client. I called the client, and the client I said, Tony, I'm afraid I did not let that deal to go through because something is telling me that the MD of that company will not deliver on his promises, and that's why I canceled. Do you know I cried? That was supposed to be my
imagine.
first commission that would be big. I'll be any commission of maybe 100,000.
But how
and
much
the
was your
rest.
first commission actually?
My first commission was 25,000.
You're joking.
Yeah, my
And what
first
did you do with
commission.
that money?
I was owing.
Jaye?
No. I was owing some money. Then, so I have to pay my debt. So that means that commission that came in, I never went enjoyed it. I just paid it.
The 25,000.
25,000. That was December of 2015.
Yeah.
So
But
the
let's talk about big money. How much got to your hand that you knew that this real estate is
the
lucrative?
big money that came in
That's
then,
six figures.
that I would say is big money then, was around 1.8 million. 1.8 million.
Okay.
I was at Marina, Lagos Island, when the money came in. There are some property that I sold.
That was how many years ago?
That was 2016, around February 2016. I was going, I just saw the alert. The money came in and I was kneeling down on the ground. I was kneeling down, praising God. And wow, because I've not earned
Something like that.
So, and I know that if I could do this business well,
yeah.
I will make so much money from it. So every business is great that is greatly pursued.
Yeah.
So the way you pursue a business, the way you pursue any career that you want, you can make it. It's not only in real estate.
Yeah.
Every career is great.
Yeah.
Every business is great. So
Yeah.
the way you pursue that business matters a whole lot.
Okay.
So from there, and I look at it that I will not be the only one earning. Let me bring other people. That's how we started a lot of things concerning the Billionaire Realtors Group and the rest. So that time we are not in development space. So coming to development was actually from our commission. Me, Benga, Abikoye, Emmanuel.
Yeah, but I want to know who made the call. Were you the one that made the call to bring the three friends together? Because I really want to know this story. The three musketeers. Who made that call?
I made the call. But prior to that time, Emmanuel has been at an event, which is a real estate event about becoming a developer. So when I told him that let's do this, he said, no, I want to become a developer. I said, no, let's start marketing first. So he is actually his first person that say we want to do development. When I told him that we should do marketing, so but we now started with marketing. So that's how we started with marketing. Billionaire Realtors Group started since then, 2016. 2016, started Billionaire Realtors Group, and look at where we are today. We have over 95,000 realtors all over the world.
Amazing heights. And I think consistency has just been it for you, if I could put in anything, because I've also seen the growth. I've seen how many people you have been able to gather together. And being a leader is no joke. And for a while, you were president of BRG, which is a very huge responsibility. I'm still going to ask you about stepping down, how that made you feel. We want to know. I want to know. You've always been a leader. You've BRG president for quite some time before you stepped down. Quickly, before we even talk about REDAN and what you plan to do and how excited you are that you have been elected as chairman, let me give you a round of applause for that. A big congratulations. How was it like for you stepping down as BRG president? Honestly.
Yeah. For BRG has been like, I would say like a baby that we've nurtured over the years, and now BRG has grown to what it is today. It's no longer a baby. It's one of the brokerage firm in the world, not just in Africa. So in Africa, we see ourselves as number one. So stepping down as the president of the Billionaire Returns Group, which is Africa's biggest real estate brokerage firm, I would say because the work is getting bigger, and the business of real estate is not just to be done by one person.
Exactly.
We have 3 leaders in the company that founded the company together. So I've served as president since 2016 till, how many years is that?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's 8 years.
For 8 years.
Oh, wow.
And we've seen tremendous growth. So if you look at it, it's not just only me one driving BRG. There are other leaders.
Yeah, of course.
So now the REDAN is coming, which is the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria.
Yeah.
So the work will be more. So now I'm not just interfacing with the realtors. Now I'm now interfacing with developers. So there will be some conflict of interest.
Yeah.
I'm here as developers, championing developers cause. I'm also, so it will be, there will be some.
But did you sleep over it too? But were you
No,
sad?
I did not even sleep over it at all. But just look at it that because we as team, me, my partners, look at it that now that the REDAN thing has come, I am not sure I can be able to function in both leadership. So I just have to say, Emmanuel, you've been the one doing most of the work. If you look at BRG, Emmanuel is the one doing most of the work.
Popular on Instagram.
Mine is just on the relationship part that I meet developers, talk to developers and the rest. But Emmanuel, person that interfaces with the realtors mostly is Chief Coach Emmanuel.
Shout out to Chief Coach.
We don't look at it that Emmanuel, you are the right person.
Yeah, so, and I strongly believe like he's the right person as well.
My top partner, which is Benga Deleke, has been the one doing most of the work at Tribitat too. So Inga, you are still Tribitat, one of our leaders in Tribitat. Let Emmanuel be this is so
beautiful decision. The way you're even saying it and smiling, it was such a beautiful decision.
There's no thinking about it.
Good. Okay. Well, let's go to REDAN as well, because I know you contested. Why did you contest?
I look at the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, Lagos. Mostly, when you look at Lagos is the hub of real estate in Nigeria. Most of the real estate, like 60% of the real estate in Nigeria, most are from Lagos. Yes. Almost 60% of the real estate transaction in Nigeria are to be it takes place in Lagos. So look at it that the advocacy has not been there for the association with the government, because we're supposed to be among those that we sit down with government to implement decision. Government will not just wake up and say, this is what we want to do. So they need to consult too with us. How do we go about it? Which will go with them, ask them how do we go about it. They will now use it to formulate the policies that are coming out that affect every one of us. So we look at it that people that have been at the saddle of the leadership of REDAN, they've not been doing this. They've been doing it, but not as effective as we suppose it to be. So when you want something to be done well, you have to participate in it. You have to be part of it. So that's why I say I'm volunteering. I want to come out and become the chairman.
So congratulations. But has it been like so far?
It has been great.
Stressful? I thought we were going to say stressful.
It has been great, but more work has been added to me personally. Most days now, I get home 11 sometimes 12 p.m. at night just to do this REDAN work from one meeting to the other.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow now, I have like 4 different government agencies that me and some of my escorts will be meeting tomorrow. So it's a whole lot of work. So we're taking the responsibility. We must do it.
And I think you can man up for it.
Yeah, thank you. So real estate must be something that people desiring to be real estate in Nigeria should be something that people would like to desire to be part of. Now a lot of things are happening in the real estate sector that people from diaspora say, I don't want to buy property in Nigeria again because of what is happening. So demolition and everything. So but we are in it now. Sit down with government, every stakeholders should come together to make real estate a desirable industry. So that's why we are in it. Yeah.
So I know it's been a beautiful moment for you, as chairman and all, but what are some of the visions you have? Like, what are some of the things that you're going to implement so that when you're not there anymore, you can point out and say, I did that?
Yeah.
Okay, one of the things that we look at before coming in and which we have started working on is, we see REDAN as an advocacy. We see REDAN as association that will collaborate with other stakeholders in the real estate chain to make sure that real estate is what it is as it is in outside the world, like the England, the America, and the rest. So one of the things that we want to do is that we want to work with all the developers to make sure that all our developers are in tune with what we are doing at REDAN, to make sure that all our developers, they are doing the right thing. Because before coming in as REDAN chairman, me and my partners have done several developments, and we see what is happening in the real estate sector. Some people will just come into the real estate sector, look at some of the buildings that they are building, which is even against what the government have been saying. That's why we are having those demolition and the rest. So we want all our members that are into real estate, the developers. And they say developers are the architect of the society. So, but what we see now, most of the developers, they are not doing the right thing. So we want to make all our developers to be in tune with what we want at REDAN. They should follow what government say. Where they say you should not build a house, don't build house, don't build your house there. Make sure that you get your permit before you start any construction. Then one of the things that this tenure,
the legacy you're building,
this legacy that we want for this REDAN, is 4 years. In the 4 years of me being the chairman of Real Estate Developers of Nigeria, Lagos chapter, we want to have a REDAN house.
Okay.
REDAN house where it's not rented, where we'll build our own house, and every members of REDAN will be able to come, they have any complaint or the other, they will. So it's not just a rented apartment, so that they will know us. We are into real estate. Real estate is money. Real estate is legacy. So how will you say you are an association of real estate and you don't have your own house? You'll be renting one shop or the other.
So in 4 years, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back and ask you this. I'm gonna come back and see, the house.
So in 4 years, watch out for it.
We are definitely.
We are on it already, looking for the particular location where it will be situated. We'll be funded by REDAN members and make sure that it come to pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Come to pass.
But before I even let you go, you've been a beacon of hope to a lot of young people. You've been a source of inspiration. I've been in places where they speak about you, and one thing I'll hear is that he never gives up. Once he has a dream, he pursues it. He's smart. He's intelligent. You have all the qualities a role model should have.
I was watching his videos on YouTube. So, I was so inspired.
Exactly, and a lot of people look up to you.
But I don't talk too much,
So so let me tell you something. It's the steam.
It's
Sometimes you don't even need to talk. They just see you.
action.
The attitude. You got it. You got everything. And people really look up to you. And having all those attributes makes you an ideal role model. So what would you like to say to that little boy in Ajegunle, to that little boy that is looking at Dr. Tony Aspire and he's telling himself that if he could aspire for greatness, I myself can aspire for something good? What would you just like to say to them?
For people looking up to us, the leaders, is that whatever they are doing, they should not give up. They should try and perfect their skills. there's a word that says talent is never enough. You have to add to it character. You have to add to it a whole lot of things that will make you a man and the rest. So I see a lot of people that have these talents, but they are nowhere to be found. They are nowhere to be found. Small things happen to them, you see them, they will just go down and you will not even hear anything about them again. That's why you see somebody, you say, this guy is a whiz kid in this business. But after some years, we are not seeing them again. So all those things are what you have to build yourself in. That's why skill acquisition is important. Your capacity, building your capacity in everything you do is very important. Character-wise, all those things are very, 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 very important. So we growing up, where we grow up from, Ajegunle, it's not just your parent that look after you, that they will see you if you are doing wrong things. They have the right to spank you back then. But now you see a whole lot of children, even when their father talk to them or their mother talk to them, they will want to react back, which will affect you with the journey that you are going. So the journey you are going, a whole lot of things entails for you to get to your destination. So you have to work so hard on yourself. What we do then is that we look for events, we go, we learn a lot of things from leaders. But now, a lot of people, they don't even go for events. Event that will train them, event that will help them in their capacity development. They don't want to even partake in that again. Most of our youth now, they will be on TikTok from morning till night. They will be on Instagram from morning till night, which is not good. You should have time for all those things, but also have time for yourself to develop yourself, to become a better person. So the world is looking for a better person, not just you come in and say you want to do this. At the end of the day, you will give up and you will not become your dream. So that is it for me.
Beautiful. You know, they say that collaboration is everything. And I know that you are very big on collaborating. So for REDAN, what are some of the collaborations that you're going to be working on?
Okay. For REDAN, we have a lot of agencies to collaborate with, government agencies. We have a lot of parastatals, even association outside Nigeria to collaborate with, because we can't, as developers, we can't even achieve anything if we want to just go solo and be working on our own. It will affect us. Look at the cost of houses that we are selling now. Most of the houses that we are selling, example, in these houses, which is the Lekki Expressway, around the Ajazes, they are selling houses of 4-bedroom for 150 to 170 million, which is not supposed to be so. Because the way we buy our cement, very, very expensive. The way we buy our irons are very, very expensive. So one thing that our tenure we do is to collaborate with other stakeholders like this cement manufacturer, the Dangote of this world, the Lafarge of this world. We have to collaborate with them so that we can come together as developers to buy in bulk from them. So with that, they will be able to give us at a more cheaper rate, a more discounted price. So that's one of the things that we are doing. Also, we are collaborating with government to make sure that every problem that we are having, every issue that we are having, that all those things we'll be able to solve them. The issue of letting our members to know where they should be, because we can educate our members, because we have these members with us. We'll be able to tell them, and even as government are passing things, if they did not get it, we as an association will get it, we'll pass it to them to make sure that they adhere to it and make sure that they do the right thing. So that we'll not be having all these issues again. They will not be having these issues. Real estate developers are doing a lot, but we've not done everything that we ought to do. So we are doing a lot. I quoted a word that I said real estate developers are the architect of the society. Why do they call us the architect of the society? The places that you are living, most of the houses that they are built by developers. Are built by developers. If you go to the advanced world, those big, it's not just the government. The private developers are even doing more in building houses than what the government, all over the world.
Yeah.
So for us at REDAN, this our tenure is more on collaboration. We are even in talk with our association outside Nigeria, Real Estate Association.
Okay.
A call came in to me some days ago from Ontario, Canada, that the association there, they would like to have a talk with us, and they would like to have us collaborate with them in partnership, where we'll be sending our members from Nigeria there to go and learn some of the things that they are doing there, because they are more advanced than us. So we are learning from them, which is called benchmarking in business. So REDAN, we benchmark a lot. REDAN, we collaborate a lot at this tenure. Our 4 years will be awesome. Our members, they will learn a lot, they will gain a lot, and they will even be happy to be part of Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria. It will be it's something of pride to them.
And there will be peace of mind.
There will be peace of mind to our investors that are buying. Because while the association is going on and putting out the right thing, and our developers are doing the right thing, a whole lot of investment will be coming from Nigeria and diaspora to buy property in Nigeria. So I assure you that every problem that we are experiencing, we too, we are not sleeping. We'll work with the government, we'll work with every stakeholders in the real estate chain to make sure that real estate is something that you buy and you have peace of mind buying it.
Exactly. But let's talk about international collaborations quickly. Are we looking at any international collaborations?
Yeah, that, I said about the Ontario and the rest. Even we will collaborate with the Chinese Association in Real Estate. We are ready to collaborate with every developers outside Nigeria, every developers association outside Nigeria, like in China. We'll be able to, because look at what is happening. The Chinese people are teaching us how to build house in 1 week. They will build an entire house of 150 units in 1 week. How are they doing that? There are a lot to learn from them. So if we don't collaborate, we can't dominate.
Beautiful. And there you had it. If you don't collaborate, you cannot dominate. Such a beautiful conversation we've had here on the show. Thank you so much for coming. And he mentioned a lot. He spoke about time, managing your time very well. Don't use your time on TikTok and Instagram. You can use your time on other things that will help you in the future. Put your resources, put your time and energy on things that will better your life. If he could do it, you can do it. You know, everybody has the ability to be something, but most times it's the fear. Can I do it? Can I not do it? But once you see people that have done it, and they became great, you know that you as well, there's nothing that you cannot achieve in this world. Such a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much. I am Ria Abdul, and you just watched The Real Talk with BRG. Sarah?
It's Sarah Smiles. Thank you so much, and have a good day. Bye.